Welcome to my Dragon Kindred. I'm Drake Raven, and let's play some games. Drake Raven here, once again in Creativerse, ready for week 2 of the Dragon Keep, where we'll attempt to build the Raven. I would like to give a special thank you to, of course, Mr. Jonti Sparrow at Geekism on YouTube for allowing me and others to join the Geektopia server. And do check out the Discord community link in the description below. It's time to step outside and join the day's adventure. We're going to start off here with collecting some beeswax. I managed to find 4 of the queen bees, and they didn't take as well as I would have liked. However, I took the time here, as you'll see in a few moments, to rework the top of the vine grass bits, and I will attempt to turn this into a beeswax farm. How nice! We actually have a visitor to come take a look at our improvements. Oh, and before I forget, I want to give a special thank you to Vegaroth for allowing me to get some diamond armor, or borrow the remaining bits of the to help with my adventure to get to a southern area for my second plot, which we'll get to a little bit later toward the end of the video. It's time for me to work out with these steps. I take the time to expand the area toward the north, and then I work on the steps off the side path that you'll see here in just a moment, as we put down some peak stone steps and get some better lighting out this right hand side door out to the rest of the grounds. With the main improvements, or I should say minor improvements, done on the ground level, we move now here to the upper floor of where I have my dragon scale, and we'll take a look at improving the area to place our raven. And it took a great deal to figure out exactly what kind of spacing I needed to use, as well as exactly what kind of blocks that I ended up trying to use. Um, so you'll see here I'm placing some markers. These are going to be the start of the wall where we will put the raven's feet and then be able to build up from there. As we transition into the reveal of the raven, I decided to fix up the front door to make it look nicer and a little bit more official. So we'll move up through the pathway here as soon as we close this door, and then we'll get to the top area and you'll get to see the improvements of the raven. Here we transition off to the right. Here you can see the little bit of the raven. As we transition up here, you'll see that I ended up using some slopes and some of the actual peakstone and limestone slabs once I get up on here. And you'll see that I ended up using 4 layers of wings, specifically using the limestone to kind of simulate the feathers. Here we're up at the head, and I found a use for the nice lamps that we got with the Geekism special. I was able to use those for the eyes and the kind of blue glowing effect, which does look really nice at night. And certain parts of this, you'll see that I have used some stair steps and slabs to finish out the flow of the bird. As we come down here, and then Mr. Ramsmith is going to walk on by us. We've got a little path that's going to go up to the end of the mountain here, and that's going to lead around the backside of the mountain. And I find very quickly that I end up at the end of my plot, so I may actually end up having to expand one more plot to wrap the path all the way up around the mountain like I want. So we'll just have that for maybe the next episode, and the continued path around the mountain. Here we'll take a closer look at the feet. I use some steps and some fence pieces to simulate the legs on each side of the bird. And then here we transition once more over to an area where Mr. Pickled Cow, he had put together this little oasis kind of between our plots. So we're kind of both building this, and this is going to be a kind of I wouldn't say retreat, because his place is more retreat. This is a nice little pond that we're going to improve with a little kind of nature walk and sitting area. So I decide to improve the path with a little bit of the peakstone, making some little guided uh, fence almost around this. As we look back toward our plot, you can see the actual raven feathers look pretty nice, and you can see the little bit of the little limestone steps that I used for the feet to show that he is perched perfectly up on the dragon's scales. So we'll position around here so you can get a better view. Move toward the front door here, and then you can see as you walk up from the steps here, he just kind of peeks over top. So it is quite nice that he's, watching the front door. The next thing I want to take the time to share with you is that I managed to put together some teleporters and found a way to get my second plot linked to my first plot, and that was quite a interesting adventure. I didn't realize or forgot to set the code to each one of the teleporters, so I ended up teleporting like 3 different locations before I ended up being able to fix it. Here you will see as we teleport in, this is the second floor of my log treehouse. We have a little protected garden path here. I'll come down some steps. It's a basic log cabin in the middle of the forest. Nice tall tree that I'm going to turn into my mini Yggdrasil from Norse mythos. So it's going to be a completely tree house. So this is just the first floor. At the north end of this little plot, very close to the border. And here you'll see that I'm getting ready to fix some of the steps, because I didn't like that the steps were just the one path. So I decided to give them a little bit more depth and put the steps on the underside here. Doing this, I think, adds more depth to the room. So it took me a little bit of time to get this last 2 pieces in place here to be happy with it. But as you will see here in a moment, after I am done with that, we'll transition up to the map here, and I will take the time to go on further north here, and across the water we'll find Mr. Draxus and Mr. Kevin's place. I had actually swam across south from Kevin's place and a few other places to get over toward this area a couple times until I could set up the teleporter. Here's the little kind of actual green sitting area kind of thing. And then we're going to take a moment to teleport right on back. Welcome back to my Dragon Keep. That teleport was successful. That was quite fun. I'll have to save the forest expansion for a later video um, in my efforts to again continue to build the keep. So, considering it's late at night here, we'll say goodnight to everyone. And I want to again thank everyone for watching and enjoying the video. And I want to give one more special thank you to Mr. Jonti Sparrow over at Geekism on YouTube for allowing us to play around with this Geektopia location. And of course, do again check out the Discord community link in the description below. And I can't wait for next week's video where we expand upon the mountain and try to climb to the second floor, perhaps.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Drake Raven, and special thanks to all my Dragon Kindred.